welcome to this video series on the Gimp 2.4. Now in this video we're going to be going over another select tool up here in our toolbox, and this was going to be our scissors select tool. And it's a little bit different than these other select tools in that it gives you a little more flexibility to the area that you are selecting. But aside from that, as you can see, it has its similarities too, where you can feather the edges, anti-aliasing in the different modes, where you can add and subtract on the selected areas. But this one does so by connecting the dots, so to speak. So let's go ahead and get started here by cutting out and manipulating the area around our little spilled ice cream, if you will. So there's our first dot, second, and as you can see, it puts lines, it connects those dots. And now it's not exactly staying on the line. Now I wanted to point out too, just above my scissors, next to my pointer, just above the scissors image, there's a plus sign. Whenever you get back to the original dot, you can see that it turns into an infinity symbol. So whenever we get here, go and click on that. That basically completes our selection. Now you can manipulate these by grabbing one of these dots and pulling out and adding dots, and again you are manipulating the selection area here. Now once you've got it back to your, you've completed your selection area, you hit your enter key, and that completes your selection. So all the little marching ants here, inside of that is your selected area. Now let's demonstrate that in a little different way than we have using these other selection tools. Let's go up here to the edit button in our toolbar, and down here we can either clear the selected area, we can fill the entire area with the foreground, that's the FG color, and here we have our foreground color and the background color, and you can change these simply by clicking on this, and you can change this to purple, back to green, blue, any variation thereof, or you can go up here if you want to be a little more precise, and this gives you a little bit more of an idea as to the blending options, what looks cool, what doesn't look so good. And again, we'll get into the bucket or the color fill section in a later video, but for the time being we've got these two as our foreground and the background colors. Now you can go to the black and white by just going over here and clicking on this and go back to the original black and white. So let me change this again. Oh, come on now, work with me. Go with green here, and the background we're going to go with a little pinkish color. Okay, so now then, go back up here to the edit. Now we want to fill with the foreground color, just click on that. Boom. We want to fill with the background color, we can go with that. Now under the bucket fill tool, you can see the different options we have here. Under the pattern fill, you've got several choices you can work with. Right now we've got the warning pattern, which is the black stripes on the yellow background. You just simply click on this icon, and here's several patterns you can choose from. Now in another video we're going to be getting into later on, I'll show you how you can add to your pattern selection here. But like for example, this one is pine. We can do the same thing here. Just click on this, and now we have our pine fill. Or you could do the same thing up here by fill with pattern. Whatever pattern you have here, you can fill it with that. Now the stroke is basically an outline of the selected area. Let's go ahead and show you this, and you can determine solid color is cool. That's what we're going to use here, and you just click on stroke, and whatever the foreground color is the stroke. And you can change that too. Let's go and switch these around. Edit, stroke, solid stroke. You see we change it to the foreground color currently. So that is a quick introduction to the scissors tool and a brief overview of the fill section of the color selection tool. And like I said, we're going to get into the bucket fill tool in a later point, but again, I just want to demonstrate some of the things you can do with your toolbar up here at the top under the edit selected area. So hopefully you learned something out of this video, and we'll get into more applications of these tools in later videos, but for the time being, again, I'm just introducing you to the various functions of each of these tools. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.